Hey everybody, it's Chuck Morris, Deborah Morris Home Team, Keller Williams Advantage Realty Oviedo, and Tech Mentor for the Advantage Group of Central Florida. I'm coming to you today with my friend Anthony DeCilio, and we're going to show you how we are taking James Shaw's call to double down on lead gen through Lead Accelerator. Anthony has had much success since the beginning of the year using Lead Accelerator or campaigns in command, and I've asked him to join us today to show us his tricks and secrets in lead gen. Anthony.
Well, thank you very much, Chuck. It's an honor to be here. And like you said, my name is Anthony DeCilio. I'm with Keller Williams Advantage 2 Realty out in Waterford Lakes. And I'd like to go through and show you guys what I've been doing in my Lead Accelerator through command to run my ads in Facebook, and how I've tweaked it to where I get the leads without spending astronomical amounts of money. So what I'd like to do is show you by start off showing, of course, everybody knows this page. This is your command homepage. And what we're going to do today is basically we're going to go into our campaigns under paid ads, create a new campaign, social ad. And the first thing they're going to want to do is they're going to want to enter a campaign name. Now, thankfully, I did a little research this afternoon, and I have already got a new listing that I'm going to advertise for. We'll get a little bit into that. Basically, what I do is when I put an ad together, I like to go with new listings. It seems that when a new listing comes on, it's always going to attract the most leads. It's always going to get the most awareness. The fewer the days on the market, the better. So I've already reached out to the realtor and she said, yes, I can use it. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to name my ad actually the name of the listing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to want to attract buyers, because that's really what we're doing here, is we're trying to attract more lead buyers because of the listing.
And often when you attract buyers, you attract listings because a buyer may have to sell.
Exactly, Chuck. So I've been running ads through Facebook. I really haven't touched on Twitter or Instagram yet, but from what I understand, Instagram is starting to be successful as well. So what I do right now is I'm going to set up my campaign. Okay. Now, as you can see, the name and goal, the name is already in there as the address. And my goal is to attract buyers. So I'm really not going to touch that at all. Save name and goal. Now, what we're doing is we're actually advertising the listing. So with that, we're going to do add the listing.
While we're waiting for the spin, how is it that you find the new listings each morning?
Well, what I normally do is I go under the MLS every day in the morning, and I go under my office's new listings of the week. With that, I go and I check on each of the listings, seeing which ones I like to go with. Usually I go with listings that are between 200 and 350,000, because I think it's pretty useless to advertise a $750,000 to $1 million house on Facebook ads. That's not where you're going to get your leads from. So with that being said, I put my listings address right here. And of course, we want to show all the listings on the MLS that match this. And what the command is going to do is actually going to look into the MLS and check this address out. So as it's spinning more, but yes, you're going to find that the median sale price for Florida this last month was 200 to 300,000. So with that being said, doing an ad with that price range is always nice. Here is the house. Here's the listing agent. So we're going to select, and what command is going to do is going to pull in the picture. And it's right there. The next thing we want to do is we want to configure our text. Now this is important. This is where I found a lot of the tweaking had to be done. as you can see over here on the right side, this is what the ad would look like with the actual text it pulls from the MLS. Now, one thing, as everybody realizes on the internet, is you want it short and sweet and you want it to the point. Nobody's going to want to sit there and read 2.5 to 3 paragraphs on a house listing. So what I try and do is I try and break it down to generic of a just listing, give the number of beds, number of baths, and basically highlight 1 or 2 items and say click below. Because what you want to do is you want to have a call to action where they're going to want to know more. So with that being said, this right here is a generic, what I put together type of ad text to use. And yes, I basically copy it, I paste it in here, and then I modify according to my MLS. I know for a fact that the house doesn't have a pool. It has a large lot, so we're going to do a large lot, exclamation point, and then we're going to want to add another emoji. I don't know what would be a good large lot. We're going to put a uppercase thumb, and then we're going to want to say click below for more information and photos before it's too late. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath. So that's my generic main copy. Now for the headline, what I do again is I have it here. As you can see, it's just listed. And then I add the address in there, which the address for this is, again, what I don't do is I don't put the city, just because, you know, people can look these things up and they don't have to really look at your ad anymore. So there we go. And the last thing we want is our description. Now, again, the description is something that has to be clean, call to action, and basically you want to get these people to look at your ad. So I always put click on the learn more for more information. And what that's going to do is it's going to then bring you to a landing page. So right here is the guts. This is basic up here. This is going to tell you, nice bold, just listed. And what is to click here to learn more for more information. All right, so we're going to save this ad text. The next thing is the ad media, which basically is a picture of the house, your DBA logo, and for me, I have include my ownership statement, which is each office is independently owned and operated. From there, I save my ad media. And here, we want to configure our ad for Facebook. The account is me. The page is my business page, which is Anthony DeCilio Realtor. The destination that I use is use Facebook lead generation form. Right here, the call to action label is to learn more, because you want people to learn more about that listing. And your follow-up destination is a landing page. Now, what I forgot to do is set up a landing page for this page real quick. So what we're going to do is do it really quick. We are going to go into consumer. Now open a link in a new tab. In our landing pages, we're going to create a new site, standalone. Copy the address. Right up here, don't forget to change this. Paste the address there. Slide listing in. Slide your lead form in underneath. Underneath. Sorry about this, folks. There you go. We're going to configure our widgets. Browse our listing. And again, what we're basically doing is we're making a landing page for this particular listing. And at the bottom, if you notice, I put in a lead form. Why did it not come up?
It's right there.
Oh, there we go. I didn't look fast enough. And basically what that lead form is going to be is when the person wants to learn more about this particular listing, they're going to click on that lead form at the bottom and it's going to go right into your command. All right, so here we're going to select this listing right here. Save and apply. I really don't play with this. I just let it go.
Excuse me, is that the correct listing?
No, it's not.
It's the one above it.
Yep, you're correct. Thank you very much. That's what you also want to make sure too is. Okay, here we go. No, why is it coming in Hilltop, Texas?
Scroll down. It will probably correct itself.
There we go.
Now, have you found any conflicts with the contact that's made by the lead generation form from Facebook, and then maybe a contact actually filling out your lead form here in your landing page?
Have I found a difference?
Or maybe the email address that they give in one is different from the other, and it creates a duplicate contact. Have you run into that?
I have not run into that yet. I'm sure it does happen. I mean, I know there's a lot of times where the email address is correct because I'll be contacted through that and the phone number is not correct. So the next thing you want to do is make sure your lead form's correct. I usually just keep that there the way it is. You always got to save and apply it. The last thing you need to do is publish your page. It would ask you if you want to publish your landing page. You say yes. This is your published landing page right now as we speak. I usually then go in here really quick. I change my URL because it allows me to change this last part. And basically I put in the numbers of the house. 18964. And as you'll see, it changes the number of the house right there. I copy my link address. I go back into command. And I paste my link address here. Goes in, everything's well. Here's another part that took a while to really put together was my ad targeting. I always wanted to target a custom audience. So you click on the custom audience setting. Where we are is we're in Orlando, Florida. That's where this house is located. I usually do a 15-mile radius, and then I add or change my interests. This is basically within this 15-mile radius, all the people that are searching for these types of interests are going to have your ad pop up. And obviously the more interests, the more the more leads you'll possibly get. So with that, I go in here and I search for interests. And then, as you can see here, I have a list. Now, I'm not going to put them all in, but what it does, it's going to show you exactly what's going to be in there. I'm going to move my list over here because it won't let me type, and I need to see it to type it. So now, as you can see, you start typing in things like this, realtor.com. If you scroll over the additional interest, it's 9,886,900 people have shown interest in realtor.com through the site. So we want to add this. We want to add this. And basically what you're doing is you're building up your audience. That way, everybody that's interested in house hunting or buying a house or a mortgage or, you know, for sale by owners, anybody who's looking to get into real estate in any way is going to be finding this ad. It's going to pop up. So the more you really concentrate on your list, the more you're going to get. Now, this list has taken me a while to put together. I'm not saying it's complete, but it has been giving me in the last couple of weeks a lot of results. As you see, you type in Trillia here. You got 14 million people that are interested in Trillia. Do I want that as part of the interest? Yes, I do, because Trillia is part of real estate now. Mortgage insurance is part of it as well. Not that big, but you know, you still want to get those people. You don't want to leave no stone unturned. Well, now you got 154 million. I mean, the list goes on, and I'll definitely, you know, make this list available to you guys. Like I said, it's a work in progress. But what you do is when you put all your interest in, you save it, and you save your Facebook ad. Now, the last thing that you want to do is put in your duration and budget for your ad. This is basically where you're going to be spending your money. They usually put it in at 10 days. I like to keep it in at 7 because it's just easier to keep track for myself. And also, a good tip is when you're looking for houses to list, the houses that start on Friday are always great because those are when the people are really going out, and that's when your ad really gets a lot of momentum. So you really want to look at your MLS on Thursday to put your ad together so that way it runs Friday and it'll sync up with the new houses.
I'm thinking with the social distancing, you may just want to watch it each day just in case something comes out so you can be the first one to advertise it.
Exactly. Now, this is your budget. This is exactly how much you're going to spend in that 7 days. And as you can see, the more money you spend, the more money per day is going to be allotted to your ad. Of course, if you're really a big team like Chuck here, you know, you'd probably put $100 daily. Right, Chuck?
That's it, each day.
And basically, you save your duration of your budget and your budget. Once all that is said and done, you publish your campaign right here. It usually takes about 24 hours. What it does is Command and Facebook look through your ads and make sure everything's okay, and then it starts running within 24 hours.
Make sure it's compliant with fair housing and all the different laws that are applicable to advertising for homes.
Exactly. So for
now,
me,
Anthony's going to save this as a draft for now.
Yes.
And could you show us just on your campaigns once we save this draft, just kind of give them an idea of what it looks like when you have your campaigns.
Okay. Well, see, actually, once I saved my draft, it brought me right over to my campaigns. And as you can see, the draft is right up here at the top. And I currently have 2 active campaigns going right now. This one was a 6-day campaign, and this one was a 10-day campaign. And what I basically did was I was working with really getting into listings. I'm doing a lot more advertising of listings, and I find that I'm getting a lot more in return with my money. Like I said, that list that I have there for interests, I've been tweaking that list now for weeks, and I've been noticing differences coming back. So ever since 2020 came around, I really started getting into this. And as you can see back here, you know, this was probably right at the beginning of 2020 right here. And I was playing around with a huge list. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on it, and I got one return. But believe it or not, I'm actually working with this person, so I can't complain. But it only got 15, it got 15 clicks and only one return. So you had to kind of figure out what was going on. And as you can see, as the months went on and got closer, I really started to hone in on that whole interest list. And you can see, as you know, I got 853 impressions, which means more people, my list was reaching out to more people. It received 77 clicks, which at 77 clicks was 19 cents a click on what I spent. And out of that 19 cents, each lead that I received basically cost me $1.97. Now, all these leads that I've been getting through Facebook have been either really solid leads or nothing. There's no in between. I mean, these people are wanting to buy, these people are wanting to sell. You get a couple that were just browsing, but very few are just like, oh no, I'm not interested at all. No, you know, the people that are, depending on what you're advertising, is, you know, I find that listings are great. Now here, on this listing right here, I ran it for 10 days, $30. I got 47 clicks and I got 11 leads so far. It comes out to $1.84 a lead at 1024 impressions. I click on here. Now you got to remember, these leads I've already been through these leads. I've already connected with these leads.
So the ad collected 11 leads, and after making the initial contact, you realize that only 8 are actual valid leads.
Exactly. 2 of them had phone numbers that were disconnected. So, but it doesn't mean I didn't try and reach out to them through email. It's just I didn't get anything in return after 3 or 4 days. So I thought it was a dead lead at that point. So, but yeah, these are all solid leads that I'm currently working with, you know, and the great thing is it tells me when I was last made contact to them by utilizing Command. I mean, Command's here. It works great. You know, I can't say enough about it. It's worked well for me.
I agree.
So,
well, Anthony, we thank you very much for sharing your secrets of success with Lead Accelerator, and I'm hoping that if anyone has any questions, can they reach out to you?
Definitely, they can reach out to me. You know, you can reach out to me through Facebook, ask me questions there, send me private messages there, not a problem. You can also find my phone number on my Facebook page as well. You know, like I said, you know, I've been playing with Command ever since it came out and we were told that we're going to be doing it. So I basically dropped the edge immediately and focused on this.
All righty. Well, everyone, we hope this was very helpful for you. I know that with the social distancing and the imminent stay-at-home orders that we're all going to receive, there's no reason why you still can't do your lead gen.
No.
And let social media do this for you. We know everyone's on Facebook because we're seeing all the ads and everyone wanting to see the 7th roll in your picture or hit the at. And we know people are on social media, so why not go ahead and make lead gen through social media part of your lead gen process? Thank you again, Anthony. So bye to everyone.
Thank you very much, Chuck. Take care of me.